The Way of Will John.
Basically, I'm trying to see if you can tell me that time travel is real. Can you tell me that time travel is real?
So the laws of consciousness, time is essentially an illusion. There's no such thing as time. We do have space, but space is also sort of an illusion. We as human beings, we have this idea that our reality's kind of solid, because our sensory perception is telling us that it's solid. I can touch things, so therefore it must be solid. And I can hear, the astrophysicist saying that most of it's empty space. Well, it probably is. It's a fluidic reality. And the nature of this consistency of substance changes. So time is essentially the perception of change in this differentiation of space. All that exists is a part of the potentia of reality, but it requires the energetic arrangements to be actuated as that reality. So there is a scenario in which, human beings do their due diligence and we figure out how to upload consciousness into computers and mainframes. Yeah, then you can download, the experience of Ozie and have that, or maybe we crack longevity. We figure out how to resplice the telomeres and get into DNA, and we expand the lifespan of a human being to become 1,000 years old. That's how you do it. But in terms of being able to travel through a medium of time, like we travel through a medium of space, that is simply traveling through perception, as I've come to understand it. It's just a perception of changes that are happening. Absent change, you would have no sense of time, just like absent differentiation. In other words, the knowing of difference, you would have no sense of space. That's not to say that it isn't differentiated and actuated in ways that can be measured, but those measurements themselves are also spatial and temporal differentiations that are based on knowing the difference and seeing changes. So you never quite get away from the idea that it has to move in order for it to be my experience of what is real. But that movement in and of itself is now. In other words, the only time that exists is right now. The universe is a singular state. It's an amorphous state, but it's a singular state. So it's not holding on to what happened a billion years ago, and it's not necessarily even projecting a billion years from now. The nature of its mechanics and existence is wholly contained in what we would call now. And everything else is our ability to mechanize that. So for example, the brain is holding memories. That's how I have a sense of the past. It's able to project into the future. That's how I have a sense of the future. But neither of those dimensions actually exist because they're not necessary for reality. The only dimension that's necessary is the dimension that we're in, which is the now. So I wish I could say that time travel is possible. I won't escape the idea that maybe there are aspects to this existence that, have yet to be discovered. Certainly, I'm open to that. But as I understand it, you're not traveling through time. You are time. You're not traveling through space. You are space. You're simply differentiating an energy field, and that's differentiated as motion to your senses, and that creates the perception of geometric space and temporal movement time.